data, D-A-T-A, not data. The word data has been derived from Latin word datum. The plural form of datum is data. Data means facts, figures, or words that we want a computer to work on. For example, if I say 5 multiply, this is multiplication, asterisk A. So you get the output 40. So this is data. 5 and 8 doesn't make any sense, but when you give the command, that is, we are telling the computer to multiply, so you get the result 40. This is the output. This is the output or result. Or in simple language, you have to understand what is data. Whatever you type, you type your name, you type your age, you type your class, you type your address. That is all data. That is all data, and then the computer will process that and it will give some meaningful information. That is result, output. So data means raw facts. Data means raw facts, means not arranged. Then it is arranged by the computer according to a command, and the computer will give you the information or the result or the output. Yes. Now storage means where you can save, where you can store. So boys, if I ask the name of your friends, you'll be able to tell the names of your friends, isn't it? Because it's in your memory, it's in your brain. If I ask you what did you have in the morning time in your breakfast, you'll be able to tell. You can recall, you can remember, because it's in the memory. So likewise, computer also needs memory to store data, instructions, information. Computer has two types of memories, okay? First is called primary memory and the other is called secondary memory. Now let me explain what is primary memory and what is secondary memory. Primary memory and secondary memory. Now, primary memory is also called temporary memory. This is also called temporary. And secondary memory is called permanent. Now, what is temporary and what is permanent? If I ask you to learn this chapter and after, let's say, 10 days, I ask you the answers of the chapter, you may not remember all the answers. You may not remember all the answers because it was in your memory. You may forget. So that is temporary. Now, if you write those answers in your notebook and just before the exam, you just go through that answers. So whatever you have written in your notebook, that is permanent. That is permanent. Likewise, computer's memory is of two types, primary and secondary. Now, few computer scientists say that third form is ROM, read-only memory. Read-only memory, but you have to understand only primary and secondary. Some computer scientists consider ROM as a part of primary memory. So primary memory is temporary memory. Now, why is temporary? Because when you work on a computer and when the computer is on, suppose by mistake we switch off the computer without saving our work, whatever the work we have done get erased. That's why it's called temporary. That's why it's called temporary memory. So as long as there is power supply, whatever the work is being done, it will remain in the memory of the computer. But if the light goes, if there is power supply failure, whatever the work is being done and we have not saved it, it gets erased. That's why it's called temporary memory. That's why it's called temporary. Yes. Suppose I'm typing a document, I'm typing an application, and I'm not saving it. And suppose there's power failure, there's no power supply, so and the computer gets switched off. So whatever the work I was doing, it gets erased. So I have to type it again. That's why I keep on saving it. That's why we have that UPS. So UPS is battery, na? So at least if there's a power failure, it gives backup for 5 or 10 minutes so that you can save your work. In laptop, you don't need that because it is operated with battery. So it is that there are two types of memories: primary memory and secondary. Primary memory is also called temporary memory, or it is called volatile. Volatile memory. So boys, volatile means temporary. Volatile means temporary memory. Clear? Boys, today I will continue with this only. Then in next part, I will teach you about secondary memory. Okay. So now what is volatile? Now volatile, again I'm telling you, it's temporary memory. Now what is temporary? As long there is power supply, it will be in the memory of the computer. If the power supply goes off and there is no power supply, whatever the work is being done, it gets erased. Clear? And this is called RAM. This is called RAM. Primary memory is called RAM. Random access memory. Random access memory. So all you have to understand for today, what is data? Data means facts, figures, words that you type. That is data. Memory means like you have your own memory. It's a process of storing and getting back that information again. That is memory. Clear? And storage where you can save it. So I told you that in a computer also need a memory, and there are two types of memory in a computer. One is primary memory and the other one is secondary memory. Primary is also called temporary memory or volatile memory. Clear? Now secondary is permanent. Why is permanent? Because you can save in your hard disk, you can save in your pen drive or in CDs. So that is permanent. Clear? And it is called clear with it? Yes, good. So this was for today. So we'll continue with this in part 2.